How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to ReWrite, where we are in the presence of the Witch of the Academy, apparently. After traipsing all around the high school and running into some very odd characters along the way, we finally made our way here and, well, we found a person. So at this point, I'm just happy for that. But it was a very interesting episode, but we also could see that our protagonist is getting a little desperate because the stuff that's happening at home is really starting to freak him out, for good reason. I thought at first he was being a little overdramatic, then we had the footsteps all over the ceiling incident. I'm kind of on board with him, like, if we can find a solution, we need to. Plus, it's also just good to understand where she's coming from, because again, since we have supernatural powers, it's not too far a stretch to believe she could actually be a witch. And while she seems to have a feel and vibe for the dramatic, might as well figure out what's going on with her. So, yeah, let's figure this out together. But otherwise, other than that, thank you so much for being here today. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your week and your year, your holiday season, whatever's going on. Keep in mind, we're going to be having a patron cast coming up very soon. Should be coming out hopefully on Christmas. Like, that's really the plan, but we'll see. I have to make sure my schedule works, and right now things are getting really tight, so I gotta really work with things. So we'll see how that all goes. But regardless of that, hope you guys have fun, and let's get started. Alright, welcome traveler to my room of mystery. The witch sits in her chair, legs crossed, her elbows lazily resting on the top of the desk. Hi. Normally I'd have jumped straight into the air, but I'm too tired at this point.
お前がTennouji Kotarouね。
That's me. The witch continues speaking, unbothered by the awkward atmosphere. That's me.
お前の探していたのが私よ。
Okay. You're the witch.
人はそう呼んでいるらしいわね。あまり驚かないわね。これだけ演出してやったのに。
Well, I mean, maybe, but at the same time, at this point, we're just tired. Sorry about that. I'm normally a lot more high-strung than this.
つまらないわね。
The witch artlessly pulls off her hood. Ah, revealing her true face. Now, interesting. She reminds me a lot of our childhood friend. Whoa, you're pretty cute. She gives me a dissatisfied look.
私の美醜などどうでもよきこと。
She kind of took that in stride.
それより、お前のことよ。Tennouji。
Ah, yeah, I'd like to talk about that quite a bit, but first...
何？
Are you, my senior? It's about respect.
そうよ。千里茜。3年生よ。
Senri Akane. That's a cute name. Like, Akane is a very common name, but Senri, I don't know if I've heard that before. I'm Tennouji Kotarou, second year. Nice to meet you.
そちらの状況は、おおむね把握しているわ。
Yeah? Weird things sure seem to be happening around me lately. There you go. Now that's a good picture. Well, at least you seem to be having fun.
異常な事件は好きよ。それが、どのようなものであろうとも。
I bet. That's quite a hobby. Well, guess you wouldn't be running an occult research society if you weren't like that. And I'd also guess you're involved pretty deep in things you can't talk about.
調べたのね。
I was desperate.
鍵まで壊して、よほど確信がなければできることじゃないわね。
That was, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That wasn't on purpose. Please forgive me if you can.
いいわよ。
Hey, she's actually pretty nice.
すでに自宅に請求書を郵送したから、速やかに振り込んでくれる？
Ah, right. Spoke too soon. I hope it's not too expensive.
修理代と慰謝料だけよ。
Okay. Well, we've got an order of compensation money coming right up. We're out of ingredients. Call that one off.
Huh?
Don't mind me. I was just talking to myself. We're kind of back crap crazy, especially when we're tired. She gives me a scrutinizing look.
まあ、本題に入りましょうか。お座りなさいな。
All right. Akane picks up the remote, a remote for the lights, and I sit on the chair opposite her. Oh, this is nice. She then takes off her robe and opens an expensive-looking laptop. And suddenly she's just normal. I see the occult has modernized lately. I'd expect nothing less. I can hear a low volume explosion sound coming from the laptop speakers.
え？これ FPS よ。
She's a gamer. Play that later.
二次大戦ものか現代戦ものが好みね。
Okay. Why are we talking about games all of a sudden? By the way, for those who don't know, FPS stands for first person shooter. Oh, I feel like I'd be pretty lost if I didn't at least know that. I can't play them because they always give me motion sickness. Oh, that must suck. I don't get motion sick from them. I just suck. And I haven't found them all that fun. Some of them are okay. Like, I grew up playing Halo, which is fantastic. But most of the FPSs, especially the ones that are either modern or World War II shooters, are just pretty meh.
遊びながらでも会話くらいできるわ。
Uh-huh. I'd be hoping we'd treat this a little bit more seriously. Sorry. She suddenly clicks her tongue. What's wrong? Did I say something that upset her? Dang, this isn't good. I really need her help.
彼らはゲームでもまたこの国を占領したいようね。
Yeah, well, a lot of games are either made in Japan or some of the best game writers are from Japan, so it kind of makes sense that a lot of people end up having Japan being included in the narrative, whether it's directly or indirectly.
でもそんなことはさせないわ。見つけ次第射殺してやるつもりよ。
All right, Akane, you're definitely an interesting one. Could you please close the laptop for a minute? It's impossible to have a serious conversation when you're doing that. After a few moments of silence, she begrudgingly closes her laptop. We can finally speak like proper human beings.
ところでお前、洗っていない金魚の水槽の匂いがするのだ。
Again, they call me out for making him swim in puddles. It's the smell of reckless youth. Don't pay too much attention to it. A pond smell must have seeped into my clothes.
アンケートは見たわ。
How was it? I decided not to ask what the point of it was for the time being.
結論から言うなら、お前、すごやばよ。
Tote screwed. Not even totally screwed. You know, you don't need to force yourself to talk like a modern girl.
事実、今時の女子なのよ。
Well, you're a witch before you're a girl, aren't you?
言ったこと自体は事実だもの。
Am I really in that much trouble?
例に異次元と来てるわけだから。
Right.
このままじゃ、明日あたり UFO が来てしまうのじゃない？
Are you talking about because I play the odds or because you think they're all related to each other? She snickers to herself. Hey, I don't mean to sound rude, but, you know, I'm a bit disappointed.
そう？
You're way more mundane than I expected. Her brow furrows in response. I'm sorry for saying that without really getting to know you, but I feel like anyone I met would say the same thing. Are you really a witch?
一つ忘れているわ。
And what would that be?
少なくともお前自身は超常現象の存在を確信しているのではなくて、
Right. That's...
大鍋をかき回してなければ魔女らしくないとでも？
I mean, to be fair, we don't look much like a superpowered being either.
そういう誇張されたイメージをありがたがりたいのなら、そこらの拝み屋や風水師でも当たってみたらいかが？
Now, funny enough, two things that just came to mind. First of all, someone who's actually serious and actually has abilities, that's exactly what I would expect them to say. Being like, look, if you want, you know, what's it called? Traditional, if you want like expectations, go meet one of those frivolous people who just gonna do whatever. I'm the real deal, and I'm just being me. That's the other thing too, is like, if someone had the abilities of a witch, like could actually use magic, what's wrong with them being involved in FPS shooters? And, you know, like maybe the introduction of being all creepy was mostly for our benefit rather than her actual feelings.
さぞやそれらしい神秘的演出を体験できるでしょうよ。
Yeah, I mean, she's got a fair point there. No,
姿やイメージが本質と剥離していることは珍しいことではない。魔術的視点とは当事者の認識の奔放さによるところが大きいものよ。
Okay.
お前の心次第で白いカーテンが霊にも見えれば美にも昇華する。大半の心霊体験と称するものは己が不明が引き起こした印象の誤認よ。あるいは先入観念が乾いた物理現象に摩訶不思議な拡大解釈を行ったに過ぎないもの。
I mean, the logical part of me says that you replace most with all, and there you go. You got pretty much like the truth of the matter. But, you know, maybe it's foolish to always preclude that just because there's a lot more evidence for cons and like fakes than there are for anything actual substantial.
俗っぽいから本物ではないだなどと考える船舶の輩はさぞかし自らを欺く術に長けているのでしょうね。
That's true.
で、私もお前の悩みを錯覚だと断定して追い返せば釣り合うのかしらね。
She's got you there, bud. Jeez. All right, I get it. I was rude, I'm sorry. Give me a break already. This girl sure has one venomous tongue. I mean, you kinda asked for it.
結構、男は素直でなければ。
Okay. I came looking for help, but I got a lecture instead. You wouldn't really say it all in my head, will you?
さてね、お前の体験したものが真の超常現象と決まったわけではなくてよ。
Okay, but it caught your interest at least? What could it be if it wasn't a ghost then?
いろいろあるのよ。
I mean, hallucinations. For example?
ゴーストとか
Forgive me, my lady, but the uncouth self is entirely certain that the difference betwixt the two.
西洋妖怪と悪魔くらいには違うはず。
There. At least in tabletop RPGs, devils and demons, the difference is whether or not they follow rules. They're the same! Only the name is different.
とにかく、例の被害については、おいおい調べるとして。
Yeah? I'd prefer if we could investigate it now, please. Akane ignores me and takes out a stack of familiar-looking papers.
このアンケート、問い25。
The one about changing the world for yourself or whatnot? I definitely stood out from the rest. The Zen question?
興味深い答えだけれど、これは真面目に答えたのかしら？
I mean, out of the three, yeah. More or less.
素直な回答ではあると。
Yes.
そう。
Akane becomes lost in thought for a while. I can glimpse a hint of delight dancing behind her expression. Does that mean I picked the right answer? So what should I do?
診断。
Okay.
経過観察。
I'd rather get it solved tonight if possible. I got a bruise this big on my wrist the other day. I might wake up dead next.
なら、お守りを授けましょう。
A protective charm.
世の中にあるほとんどのお守りは偽物よ。けれど、お前に授けるものは正真正銘、本物の力を持っている。
On one hand, sure. On the other hand, don't the people who make the fakes say the same thing? Seriously? That's exactly what I wanted. I'm starting to like the sound of this. I'm beginning to breathe more heavily as my excitement grows. So I won't need to worry about ghosts as long as I keep it around.
保証してよ。
That's great.
ただし、経過観察も並行して行う。そのためには天王寺、お前にオカルト研究会に所属してもらうことになるわ。
Well, to be honest, it's not like we had anything better to do, so I mean, well, except for our part-time job. Me?
安心していいわ。別に拘束するつもりはないから。
I don't really know anything about the occult, to be honest.
問題なくてよ。被験体の内面は問わない。
Wait, what did you just call me?
これ、入部用紙ね。
You're pretty good at ignoring inconvenient questions, huh? I retrieved the sheet of paper. I'm a busy guy at the part-time job, so I might not be able to participate all that much. Is that still alright?
必要な時に来てくれれば結構よ。それに天王寺、これはお前を救うためでもある。
Right.
それを忘れないように。
Just dangling that there. I have no comeback for that. In for a penny, in for a pound, I guess. I sign the paper and hand it back to Akane.
結構。オカルト研究会にようこそ。ここがお前にとって良き居場所となればいいわね。
Sure! Great! Cool! Huh? To become someone somewhere? I feel like I heard the alien voice mumble something like that in my head. So where's this protective charm you've been talking about?
分かっているわ。最強の護身力を誇る神秘のパワーを秘めた強力なお守りを授ける。
Okay. What kind of power is that exactly?
去る魔術書から英知を受けて作られしものよ。
That sure sounds like the real deal. Thank you very much. I extend my hand out to retrieve it. Akane's gaze shifts to her desk and stops at a certain item on top of it.
これでいいか。
She hands it to me.
大宇宙の強い魔力を秘めし、金星のアミュレットを今、ここに授けん。
Wow, that seemed oddly convenient. Did you just say this'll work?
この護符で良いかという意味よ。
I'll give the talisman she handed me a look. A paper clip. Right. What'd you call this thing? The something of Venus? Amulet of Venus? It's a paperclip. It's a paperclip. Power of the cosmos by butt. The only power it has is the whole paper together.
霊を挟むのよ。
Don't lie to me.
生と死の狭間に挟まれている霊をね。
Don't pun me. I demand something more proper.
形から入る人間は騙されやすいわよ。
It's true. Again, he's kind of falling into the tropey side of things where he's like, I'm skeptical this is real, but if it doesn't look like I expected it, I did that. But like, the fact that she like looked around, said this'll work, grabbed a paper clip and handed it to me, like, it would be hard to swallow that. Are you actually gonna keep this up? You seriously gonna keep insisting that all this stupid paperclip is your super awesome protective charm?
イエスよ。
Jeez.
本当に形ばかり気にする男ね。なら大盤振る舞いよ。これも持っておいきなさい。
Akane retrieves a few human-shaped paper cutouts from her drawer. What are those things called again?
式神。
Shikigami. When did you become an exorcist?
私はジャンルにはとらわれない女。
Okay.
お前にしても効果があればどの分野のアイテムだろうと文句はないはず。
Fetch. Well, yeah, but...
式神はお前を悪しき攻撃から守ってくれる。
What about this paperclip?
それで挟んでいったらいいじゃない。
So it really was just a paperclip, wasn't it?
魔術的相乗効果が期待できるわね。
I don't know what to make of you. How long are you planning to drag this out? Don't you have something that actually has the power to the planet Venus or whatever?
探せばあるはずだけれど、金星パワーはそもそも恋愛祈願だってご存知？
I mean, she's got you there. Doesn't sound like the crap would help me even if it was the real thing. I throw a paperclip on the ground. You're mocking me.
やっと気づいたの？
Too bad. I never believed you from the start.
安心なさいな。そちらの式神は本物だから。
Okay, sure, because, you know, after you just admitted you've been making fun of me. Is that true? I hope so, but there are small words written on them. Kotarou, Sabaru, Tomoko. They have names. How do I use them?
部屋に置いておけばいいんじゃないかしらね。
I think. That doesn't sound too complicated. Though the way she phrased it doesn't sound too convincing either. That said, too easy is better than too complicated.
早速、今夜から試してみることね。
Thank you very much. I bow my head, still unconvinced.
ただし、報告は欠かさないこと。それと、拘束するつもりはないのだけれど、明日の会合には顔を出しなさい。
Okay, when's that? I'm in the middle of the night again?
明日なら、普通に放課後で結構よ。
Okay. Whatever you say.
返事は短く元気よく。
Sir, yes, sir.
天の着ね、お前。
Ah. I have no idea how it happened, but I somehow ended up as a member of the Occult Research Society. I don't know, man. You signed the paperwork. That's how it happened. All right. As soon as I return home, I line up my shikigami on my desk. I hope I'm doing this right. Those are the pieces of paper I'm trusting to protect me from the demons of hell, after all. They're my last hope. Kotarou, Sabaru, Tomoko, I'm counting on you. All right. October 8th. Hello, class rep. That night I had a dream about a strange woman.
天王寺さん。
Huh? Who are you?
私、ともこよ。
Oh, Tomoko. That was one of the Shikimani. I've heard that name somewhere before.
式神のともこよ。
Shikigami. Oh wait, Shikigami, isn't that a spirit, like a god of death? Seriously?
生き量として夢の中にやってきたの。
Wow, okay.
あなたを守るために。
Wow, fetch. Wow, I'm actually witnessing a supernatural phenomenon in real time.
ぶっちゃけあなた、危機的状況な。
Uh-oh. Right now?
敵は強大で、私の力をもってしてもどこまで立ち向かえるか。
Cool, great, awesome.
でも安心して、きっとあなたを守ってみせるわ。
Thank you, Tomoko.
平和になったらデートしてくれる？
Screw it, sure. I don't know. A date, that's fine. Sure. The dream ends there. Haven't slept that peacefully in a long while. Feel like a new person. What a beautiful morning. Not a single ghost bothered me last night. I remember what happened yesterday. I met with Senri Akane, the resident witch of our school. Maybe her Shikigami actually worked. Come to think of it, I think I met someone in a dream last night. What was her name again? Tomoko? I look over at the Shikigami. They're lined up on the table like I left them. Oh wait, one of them's torn to shreds. Holy crap. Tomoko!
敵は強大で、私の力をもってしてもどこまで立ち向かえるか。
Holy crap, so it was real and it killed itself?
でも安心して、きっとあなたを守ってみせるわ。平和になったらデートしてくれる？
Holy crap. Tomoko! I reached my classroom. Right, I almost forgot to say hello. Yo, Otori! It's pretty interesting to think about what Superman literally means. He's just gonna come up with this random stuff with her every time.
前回の例で言ったら超男じゃないです？
Ah, that's right, you remembered.
どっちにしろどうだっていいですけどね。
I think these two have a really fun relationship. I'm not sure if I see them like having like proper chemistry with each other per se, but I could definitely see them becoming like best friends. Our homeroom teacher enters the classroom. It's the beginning of another ordinary school day. I turn down the corridor thinking of buying some juice. Oh, trundle, not turn, trundle down the corridor. There's something odd in the inner courtyard. I can see a tail poking out from behind a tree. No, wait. On a second glance, it looks more like someone's hair. Who's that? I circle around to get a better look. Ah, it's Shizuru. Shizuru is casually photosynthesizing in the yard. I love to casually photosynthesize. What's she doing over there? Her regular breaks are only 10 minutes long. Definitely not long enough to go outside and enjoy the sun. That girl really does live according to her own rules. Well, I guess I'm not one to talk. I approach Shizuru. Greetings, my old friend. I can barely hear her breathing, but she appears that she's fast asleep. I wave my hand in front of her eyes. No reaction. Take this! I press my knuckle against her scalp, so it's just like, boop. Now I've infected you with the constipation disease. Oh no, not that one! No reaction. Oh wait, maybe there was actually supposed to help with constipation? Can't remember anymore. Take this! I press my knuckle against her scalp again. Now your stomach won't be able to keep anything down. No reaction. Talk about sleeping like a baby. I bet her mother must be real happy to have a kid like this. That said, she's most likely to be late to her next class if I let this go on. I'm growing worried, so I decide to wait until there's 5 minutes before the bell. If it looks like we're in trouble, I'll just shake her awake or something. Yep. I sit down next to her. Whew, it feels so nice and warm here. The soft and cool texture of the grass combined with the warm sunlight produces the perfect balance. It wouldn't for me. I get slight hives if I lie in the grass. So I would be there and be like, ouch. This is a good place. The fact that it's mostly deserted during lunch breaks means it's even better. Whoa, there's a ladybug. Cute little critters that massacre aphids like bloodthirsty predators. I could catch and release it to the garden Kotori made. The garden has suffered many disasters throughout its long life, and aphids have been one of the main causes. I've heard some farmers actually use ladybugs to get rid of them. Absolutely. In fact, you can set ladybug kind of not snares per se, but like what do you call it? Lures. You can bring out food that they find enticing, and you like certain things like I think they get drawn by melon. I'm not sure if I'm misremembering that, but there's certain ways you can kind of draw them to your property, and then they do good work. That said, they're known to release a stinky liquid if you try touching them. That's their method of defense. I decided to let this one individual remain free in its native habitat. It feels so peaceful here. I wonder if there's anything to do besides sleep in a place like this. It'd be cool if I could use a leaf to whistle like they did in the movies. I could do that with some grass. There's something naturally cool and manly about it. Unfortunately, I could never manage to get it to work. You close your fingers like this, blow out your mouth, and that causes a high-pitched sound to reverberate all around. But mine sounds like a pathetic whimper instead. I suddenly feel like a guy with no friends. Suddenly? No, why is it so loud? That's Sister's phone going off. Oh gosh. And she's up. Just what kind of alarm was that? Jeez. She's awakening performed by my brain. She fell asleep again. Hey there, your alarm's ringing. I give her head a little chop. She jerks up, suddenly awake. She looks at me. Shizuru jumps in surprise this time.
Kotarou!
Yes, that's me. Flustered, Shizuru begins fidgeting about. She looks at her watch. She looks at me. She looks like she's fallen into some kind of inner turmoil. Is something the matter? Her shoulders slump. Hey, well, you're a pretty heavy sleeper, aren't you? Aw, she's adorable. By the way, you're wasting time by panicking about it too. What have I done? Shizur's crestfallen expression. Well, it's not like we can't talk away on our way back to classes. I stand up. Come on, let's go. She blushes. We're gonna be late. She nods and trots after me with her tiny steps. I see. You had the alarm set to the exact time you needed to be awake. Class would have started right as she returned if no one had gotten in her way. Shizuru smiles as she walks behind me. Okay then, we better leg it, Shizuru. We gotta make up for lost time. Righto, says her face as she follows with a sense of conviction. Hurry. Isoge. Hurrah! Smell of the seaweed. Isoge. So instead of saying hurrah, she's imagining a starfish? No, that's not what I said. She looks disappointed for some reason. In any case, we return to the school building in a flash. Is this how it feels to have a younger sister? She's pretty adorable for a younger sister. We change our shoes at the entrance and continue to our classrooms. Do you always spend your breaks spacing out over there? For starters, why don't you walk next to me? We probably look like a party from an old RPG with her glued to my back like that. She lines up at my side. Aww. She looks embarrassed about it though. Oh. That sounds nice. I always miss camping in the winter. I'm not the biggest camper or camping fan, but like there are definitely times where it's just fun to go out and just be outside and just like spend a lot of time out there. In that case, must have been quite lucky to pass by that window today of all days. Yeah. Her facial expression relaxes, making her look like a satisfied cat. Well, I'm glad you found someplace you dig. That wasn't what I meant. I mean, I'm glad you found a place you like. She falls into deep thought. Oh? Okay. So maybe she used to live like out in the countryside? Voices.
大人ばっかりで、若い人の声も子供の声もほとんどしなかった。
Gotcha. It's hard to imagine the kind of place she's talking about. Where did you live before coming here?
おじいちゃんの家。
Ah, she probably means someplace in the boonies.
前のところは鳥の声しかしなかった。ここは鳥の声も人の声もいろんな音がする。
Gotcha.
聞くのは楽しい。
I see. Maybe it's because she has a somewhat outlandish way of putting things, but I feel like I can relate. Sometimes it's nice to relax and absentmindedly listen to the chirping of birds in the park. I agree. That's actually why I run a bird feeder in the backyard. Sometimes I'll just go and sit on the back porch and just kind of be around them. Because, like, when you initially go outside, they'll scatter. But if you sit down and you're quiet and you don't move a whole lot and you've got the feed there, they come back and you kind of get a chance to kind of just be around them. And luckily where I live, we've got a lot of very interesting birds. Some of my favorites are, like, the ruby red cardinals and the blue jays. Like, they just are beautiful, beautiful birds.
Huh?
Suzuki quickly glances behind us. What's wrong? I turn around as well.
Oh.
What the? Who are you? A female teacher is hiding behind a nearby corner. She pokes her head out from behind the wall, looking straight at us, and quickly pulls it back again. That's Miss Kujo, isn't it? Shizuru nods. Miss Nishikujo steals another peek at us and hides herself again. She can't seriously believe we haven't seen her, right? That said, you sure have a keen senses, Shizuru. Really? I don't think I'm that different from anyone else, that's her expression. No, you definitely do. I didn't notice her at all. You flatter me, says her demeanor. She shakes her head in embarrassed denial. So, what should we do with the painfully obvious stalker?
そっとしておいてあげよう。
I see. You sure are grown up, Shizuru. She begins shaking her head again. No, you really are. Nothing of the sort. You're just flattering me, says the look on her face as she begins waving an outstretched hand and vibrating through the floor. I'll be calling you grown up Shizuru from now on. Oh, look how many fingers you can see when I do this, says her expression as she begins to wave her hand as fast as she can. Just kidding.
こそこそ。
Who says sneak, sneak while they're sneaking? Meanwhile, the teacher that seems seriously lacking in the grown-up department is drawing closer to us. Her high heels reverberate through the corridor, not to mention the sound effects she's muttering out loud for some reason. One would have to be severely incapacitated not to notice her by this point. She suddenly jumps at Shizuru. Oh, she's trying to ambush her. I get it. So she thinks she's like cute or like they're related or like they know each other really well. And so she tries to like sneak up and like I don't know, surprise her, like grab her, like it's part of it. It's a game. And Shizuru avoids her with well-timed sidestep. The teacher loses her balance for a moment, but manages to steady herself. Oh, there she goes again. Oh. What am I even witnessing? I think it's about time you gave up.
そうなんだけどね。
Nope. Shizuru is obviously avoiding this person.
おかしいわね。気配は決して近づいたつもりなのに。
That was you trying? I'm not sure such a thing is even possible in the real world.
あら、そう？
Unfortunately.
そうかしら。
She another person? I mean, she's got a sprite, so it's like she might be in on some of this stuff. Well, one thing I can bet that you definitely weren't suppressing much of anything.
あらあら、天王寺くんは現実主義者ね。ちょめ。
Ouch! She flicks my forehead. I've always had trouble keeping up with this person. A lot of students are pretty fond of her silly antics, though, making her into one of the most popular teachers in our school. She also looks pretty young for a teacher, though I'm not sure her exact age. So, what exactly is it you're doing here, Miss Kujo?
さあ、何かしら。
So you don't know. No, but people normally don't act without a reason.
あらあら、まあまあ。
Sometimes I wonder if this person doesn't have a screw loose.
そんなことはないわよ。理由なんて後付けでいくらでも作れるもの。
That was oddly deep.
というわけで、廊下を歩いてたらしずるちゃんの後ろ姿を見つけたから、楽しくなってこっそり抱きつこうと思ったの。
I see. Guess that makes sense. This teacher's interesting. Okay, maybe this person really doesn't think before she acts. How did those two even know each other?
キャー、しずるちゃんゲット。
Shizuru let her. Shizuru lets out a resigned sigh. I'm reminded of the feeling of a feline-obsessed little girl is bothering a long-matured and independent cat.
今日一日分のしずるちゃん分も補給できたわ。
What do you mean?
しずるちゃんエナジー。
It appears that Shizuru is some kind of undiscovered power source.
西九条先生。あら、なに？お姉ちゃんって呼んでいいのよ。
Okay.
呼ばない。授業が始まってしまう。しょんぼり。じゃあ、小太郎また。
Ah, see ya.
お姉さんならいい？よくない。
Aww.
しょんぼり。
Miss Nishikujo. I'm gonna try and get better at saying it quickly. Nishikujo leaves, or rather is dragged away by Shizuru. Yeah, I'm not good at dealing with her at all. She's a bit too unique for me.
あ、そうそう、天王寺くん。
Huh? What is it?
しずるちゃんと仲良くね。
Miss Nishikujo gives us a mischievous smile.
しずるちゃん、そんなに引っ張らなくても行くわよ。
She waves goodbye with her free hand. Huh. Come to think of it, she only started at our school this year. Right around when Shizuru enrolled. Coincidence? Well, not like it matters. Those two pose me no threat. Why does he... So when he sees something suspicious, he starts viewing people as whether or not they're threats. Interesting. During lunch break. Okay. I managed to escape the classroom early for once. Cafeteria this time. We're gonna get some good food. Today I'll finally get my hands on the lunch I want. If I recall correctly, they're supposed to be serving cutlet curry for the B meal. A super popular dish that seized the hearts of everyone in our generation. Well, curry's awesome. Reasonably priced, delicious, and with a slight whiff of danger. I've been thinking about it since I enrolled, but our white uniform and that curry are natural enemies. Okay, I see the danger now. Only the most adventurous among us dare to order curry udon in this school. Okay, so meal A is sea bass and a puffy pastry crust. Wouldn't be surprised to see Yamada or Satoru's stew on the menu tomorrow at this point. Well, in any case, there's only one choice for the real men. This school has some insane lunches. Don't you agree, my blood brother?
うるせえ黙れ俺は俺のついてくるな死ぬぜ
As cool as he tries to act, there's only two choices available on the menu. Well, to be fair, cutlet curry has a couple of variations. Actually, one of our school's chefs used to work at a curry restaurant, so even the base has a unique taste here. Okay, so you just happen to have these like high-class chefs just working for this school. I'm really starting to doubt that this school is just a normal school. Like, there's something weird here. Like, well, there's lots of weird here. And also, like, look at the posters on the walls. Like, if I'm not wrong, one of them looks like a, like, city map, and another one looks like a map of the school building. Like, why would you be posting these maps repeatedly on the same wall? Like, that's weird. This place is strange. You also can choose your desired spiciness on a scale of 1 to 10, as well as various toppings. Alright, I've been really upping my spice palette lately, so I bet you I would start with a 7. Pretty intense, but I don't know if I want to crank it all the way quite yet. Now that I think about it, one of our chefs used to work at a Chinese restaurant and another at a French restaurant. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the old lady running the register used to be a waitress at some high-class hotel. By the way, my blood brother, how spicy will your curry be?
お前に言う義務はね
Guess you can't handle spicy food after all. You always start crying if it's not mild or honey flavored.
最後の晩餐をカツカレーにしてようだな
He's just messing with you. I've heard only 3 people in our school managed to survive level 10, the highest stage. Just 3. Does that sound like it'll get your blood pumping? Can you truly call yourself a man without taking on this challenge?
俺に英定食を食う権利はねえのか。
No, you'll be eating curry together with me. Look, 2 seats just opened up over there. Gotta hold them for us.
おいてめえ待ちやがれ。俺はカレーだぞ。辛さは中辛、福神漬けは大盛りだ。ふざけて辛くしてみろ。てめえの血をカレーにかけて食ってやる。
Okay. Yoshino doesn't want to wait around for seats. It sucks to walk around looking for a place to sit down as your meal gets colder by the minute. Now that our seats are secure, the next battle awaits me at the counter, and as there any bloodiest struggles are waged. For our school, the place is basically a no man's land. The deepest abyss, where even a cursed soul struggles to get their order every second, even a second faster in order to escape. In such a place, you can only rely on your own strength. And thus, the time is nigh for me to reveal my masterful technique of skipping the line. You fiend! Or at least that's what I'd expect, but... What the heck? You've got to be kidding me. Why is this line so organized? Where'd the chaos go? How can there be order in the blackest pits of the abyss? People have been shot over this. Dang it!
Tennouji Kotarou!
Of course, Lucia is involved in making something orderly.
列にちゃんと並べ。つる込みは許さない。秩序は私が守る。制裁する。
I'm lining up. Your wish is my command. Our class representative shakes her white-gloved fist, which is brought order to this lawless place through brute strength alone. I spot 3 of its victims, sacrificial examples to restore discipline, writhing in pain at her feet. Jeez. But this pace cannot last forever. The line is sure to run into its old chaotic ways the moment class rep gets her own meal and returns to her seat. Do you always eat here? Wait, I could have sworn I've seen you with a lunchbox before.
気が乗らなかったり、体調が悪い時には弁当を作らず、学食に頼ることもある。
Okay. So the fact that you're in the cafeteria for a second day in a row means you haven't been feeling well lately. I see. You're pretty heavy, huh? Be careful not to let your stomach get cold. Oh, and I've heard spinach helps. Shouldn't skimp out on iron-rich foods during a time like this. I've been told there's a spot below your belly button that could reduce the pain if you press on it. Would you like me to do it for you? So, first of all, what he's saying sounds like a sexual harassment. Second of all, when the way he's talking and talking about having iron-rich foods, he's not implying that she's had her time of the month, is he? Because that's the vibe I'm getting.
何の話をしているんだ!
Her fists tremble, groaning like ravenous beasts eager to devour their prey. I'd need several plastic surgeons if they bent my face even further out of shape. Giving up, I apologize and line up behind her. Dang, this woman has issues. She almost sent me to the hospital for a little joke. If she wasn't our class representative and a girl, I would have gone down without a fight. I would have kicked her butt instead, yeah. Sure. I glance behind me, see Yoshino give me a mocking look. Looks like he thinks I'm a pathetic loser for being scared of a woman. I swear I'll make the savage class representative pay for disrespecting me. But I can't use my violence myself. We're in the cafeteria, a place where people eat. As such, to exact my revenge, I'll instead have to...
はい、次の人。注文は何？
B のカレーで、カツはいりません。辛さは普通で。
あいよ。いっぱい食べて、いっぱい元気になりなね。
So no cutlass, so she doesn't want meat.
はい、お待たせ。あら、小太郎ちゃん。
Hey, follow that car.
Huh?
That's something I've always wanted to say of boarding a taxi. But that doesn't matter right now. Give me the same as the previous person.
さっきのやつってルチアちゃんと同じってこと？カツなしカレー。辛さ普通でいいのかい？
Curry with no cutlets? Yeah, and for the level of spice, make it the same as your age.
あら、やだよ。つまり何辛にしたいわけ？小太郎ちゃん。
How would you even need to ask? 17? No woman's ever gotten older than that.
相変わらずうまい子だよ。でも本当にいいの？10辛だって食べきれる子はめったにいないよ。
Of course, it's not for me.
17辛なんてこの間の激辛パフェより大変なことになっちゃうよ。
Oh gosh. What level would you give that murderous parfait from hell?
10辛ってところだね。
Are you serious? Just a 10? Perfect. My order stands, señorita. Give me a 17.
それ本当に小太郎ちゃんが食べるのかい？
Of course. I lost the chance to enjoy my parfait yesterday. I intend to challenge the very limits of spiciness. Just see me off in silence as I embark on my journey to uncharted lands.
男だね。はいよ、17辛。
And so, the cutletless curry The cutlass-less cutlet curry lands on my tray. Are we gonna try and sneak it onto Lucia again? That actually might be more, that might make more sense if he's getting the same thing. Looks normal at first glance. However, just like the top that's spinning so fast that it looks like it's standing still, the truth is always deceptive to the naked eye. All right, let's taste it just in case. Nope. My body screams in pain, but I manage to prevent it from escaping through my mouth. Okay, it's no joke. Average person really might die from this. It's so spicy, it's essentially an insult to cooking, and IFF would likely categorize it as a hazardous substance rather than food. Yeah, they might even submerge it into the tanks of the freaking nuclear plant to power the nation.
ここ空いてますか？
Class rep finds a seat and places her curry on the table. But just as she's about to sit down... Ah! Someone's jumping the line again!
何？誰だツルコミをしたのは？法を遵守できぬ者には正義の鉄槌で思い知らせてやる！
As usual, class rep overreacts and rushes off to maintain order, leaving her curry unprotected. I used that opportunity to switch our plays. Meat and spice around level 5, so the one I switched for her, 17, is over 3 times as strong. Not even Indian people would be able to handle that. Interesting phrase you chose there. By the way, an increase of one's level actually means that the spiciness of the dish doubles. So, I lack mathematical pedigree to calculate how much times spicier that thing served to her is supposed to be. It's exponential. So what it is it's doubling every time. I can't do it in the top of my head, but yeah, he's right. If the calculations are actually on the proper curve, that would be true. But usually when you're at a restaurant, it's more of like an estimation. The final number probably looks like a high score in an arcade shooter. The fight is on, Konohana Lucia. You survived my killer parfait, but will you be able to handle this? I can't wait. It'll be great to see her jump out of her seat screaming. But if she ends up eating it all with a calm look on her face, we'll end up being witness to the birth of a new legend.
わけわかんねえこと言ってんじゃねえ。それよりてめえ、今日の昼は断食か？
What are you talking about? Speaking of which, where's your plate, Yoshino?
いや、本気でぶっ殺されてみたいだな。
Be quiet for a moment. Oh, she's back. She's gonna eat it. I focused my attention on class rep as I fed off another one of Yoshino's random angry fits. Yeah, super random. She returns to her seat after reinstating order and the lineup prepares to put a spoonful of my dangerous curry into her mouth. If she were a normal person, this would probably turn to a murder by poison like one of those old detective movies. Whoever ingested this meal would literally breathe fire and collapse motionless. However, we're dealing with the Queen of Spice here, who has already conquered my level 10 parfait, or rather, enjoyed it as if it were perfectly good dessert. Perhaps she'll merely think there's slightly spicy on the slightly spicy side, or maybe not even notice it at all, like last time.
福神漬けも美味しい。コリコリコリコリ。
Kori, kori, kori. That's so cute. Oh, I can't believe this! I bear witness to the rise of the Empress of Spice. We've reached a fabled moment with no fanfare. She doesn't even frown as she wolfs down that monster of a dish. Impossible.
バカはてめえだ。俺のカレーをどうしてくれるんだ。このカツカレー、カツがねえじゃねえかよ。
I truly thought victory would be mine for once. I failed.
はあ？さっきから何を言ってんだお前。午後は早退して病院へ行け。犬猫のな。
Ooh, that was a good one, actually.
たまには学食のカレーも悪くないな。美味しかった。
Hey, class rep, have you finished your meal?
天王寺？そうだが、悪いか？私がカレーを食べてると、そんなにもおかしいか？
I address her with a complex blend of admiration and fear on my face, which probably gives her the wrong idea. Class rep tenses up, eyeing me suspiciously. Seems like our maidenly sensitivities are upset by having been witnessed eating curry. I can't glimpse the hints of fulfillment from conquering a magmatic dish of the depths of hell on her face. I didn't mix up the plates again, did I? No, it can't be. I tasted it, and it didn't once let out of my sight. Not to mention that whoever got the plate would be dead by now. There's no doubt about it, class rep ate that cursed level 17 curry and no one else.
なんだ？私がカレーを食べるのがそんなにおかしいか？
That one, yes. Yes, there's definitely something strange with either your tongue or your head. Ah! Go fetch! Then I kiss both the ceiling and the floor, courteous of her snow white uppercut. There's all sorts of items in the cafeteria, but I'll bet I'll always remain the only one to ever taste the ceiling.
失礼だ。まったくもって失礼だ。女の敵、天王寺光太郎。
Class rep carries her dishes to the returning window, observing my cadaver from the corner of her eye all the while. Impossible. None of this makes any sense, no matter how I look at it. I'd understand if she hit me for the spice prank I pulled on her. But she didn't even bring it up. Her burst of violence was caused solely by my thoughtless remark. No way, the plate must have swapped somehow. Or did she truly live in a different world from the rest of us? In the distinct lands of taste that lay beyond the threshold of the ultimate spice? This is ridiculous! Impossible! There has to be some kind of mistake. There's no other explanation. Or might be proof of my, Shigerian theory. The phenomena where spiciness turns into sweetness once it reaches a certain threshold. But to turn hypothesis into fact, you must produce undeniable proof. I dash to the dish with return window. No, don't. And find class rep's plate. No, why? Kotarou, no! Just what on earth happened to this curry? An undiscovered chemical reaction? Does the spiciness begin to recede once it's past a certain threshold? Does the big crunch instead follow the big bang after all? That's a space reference, by the way. The answer to all these questions lies on this plate. I'll challenge it myself then. World of level 17. I might lose my tongue, but my heart knows no fear. For all I know, this will send me to a new paradigm of the cosmos. Oh! Yeah. That's the sound of meat frying on a seething iron. In other words, the sensation feels akin to licking a hot frying pan. Ah! I'm going to die. Water, salt, and lemon, anything! My tongue must be quite confused. It is finally becoming clear. Class rep, without a doubt, consumed level 17 curry. No miracle or undiscovered chemical reaction has changed it. It was just mercilessly spice, as I should have known. In any case, I learned two things from the experiment just now. One, spiciness level known as Konohana Lucia's curry was without a doubt A17. Konohana Lucia ate it without batting an eye. I can't believe this. Does that mean after all I found out from this terrifying experiment is that I underestimated her? What's going on? Is Moses walking through there? Moses split the Red Sea in order to cross over it. In the same way, the dense crowd of students begins parting, making a tunnel leading straight to me. Uh-oh. And from it, shaking its white fist, emerges a demon in human form, the dark aura emanating from its body as the face burns into crimson fury. And the object of the demon's furious gaze is I. My tongue still just centimeters away from her point. Oh god, Taru, why? There's really no defending this. Like, the first one could be like a potential like misinterpretation, right? She went to put her tray away. He scrabbled after it, took a bite, and then started behaving wildly. Now, we know he was in the spicy world, but outside he might have looked like he was in the throes of ecstasy and depravity. I don't blame her. Oh, Kotarou. Calm down. This is all just a scientific experiment.
そうか。命に未練はないのだな。
We're gonna die.
変態バカバカ死んじゃえ天王寺光太郎
Brace for death! I once heard something interesting. Apparently, the closer you approach the speed of light, the slower time moves around you. As such, I feel like I've managed to observe myself, receiving countless lightning speed punches and flying into the air, all in slow motion. I watch the hands of the clock on the wall inching forward at a snail's pace as I fly past it. Oh my gosh! Dun 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 dun. You leveled up. You received the title Boy Who Licked Up a Girl's Leftovers Level 2. Oh no.
はい。じゃあ今日はここまで。
Oh my gosh. We did it. We didn't die, though we really probably should have. Oh. That's where we're going to end for today. What a fantastic capstone. It's funny because it's like seeing a resurrection of the Milky's Real Punch from Love, but in this case it's Class Rep's Super Death Doom Fist, which is very fun. I can see why people might be very torn on the various like girls, because these are all girls that you can go down a romanceable path with eventually. I can see the pull for like all of them so far. Like they're all fantastic and adorable in different ways. It's gonna be really hard to commit to one. I love it. I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this episode. This was and this was just a joy to record. It always is a joy, but to this one especially, like it's got my cheeks like hurting with just how much I've been smiling. That's always a great sign. What a great pick, you guys. Thank you so much for helping me to nail this down as something to play. I'm excited. I know we've got a lot more of this to go, so like I'm sure we'll be playing this well into next year, but it's a joy and a half, so thank you so much. It's been just an adventure. Keep in mind, though, we are going to be doing another round of voting for what's going to follow this game. We don't vote for everything. I typically vote for, set up a vote for anything that doesn't have something on deck already, behind it. So, once we do this one, I don't have anything specific picked out. I've got a few ideas, and I'm going to be putting out some of my more interested titles, the ones I'm most interested in considering. So it'll be a cultivated list, but if you want to participate in that, just keep an eye out. That's something we'll be doing. Probably the voting should be going up Christmas, and I'm guessing I'll end the poll sometime around New Year's and announce it probably short at the beginning of the year, just kind of saying what it is. But anyway, I'm excited to be able to share this end of the year with you all. Another year passed. Crazy to think, huh? But thank you so much for your support and all your willingness to be here and be a part of the channel. Especially you patrons. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate and don't deserve you. So thank you so much. You're all such a great source of inspiration for me. And I hope I can continue to make content you find inspirational and enjoyable as well. So until the next video, watching me or see me next. I'll see you there.